I would like to talk about the 6th Street cookie. Why isn't there vanilla in here? Well, number one, it's a cost issue. Number two, it's a very well developed recipe. The flavor is derived from the delicious percentage of butter and then the chocolate. Vanilla is not a forward flavor unless it's being used in a forward way. Vanilla brings flavors together. It can warm things up, but if you use it in too high of a percentage, it can actually mute flavors. If you're using vanilla, spending money on vanilla, it should be for things like vanilla ice cream, vanilla creme brulee, shortbread cookies, panna cotta, things where vanilla is in the forefront. It's what you see, you taste first, and it's what you call it. Charge whatever amount of vanilla you put into those ingredients, you can get your money back, because if you don't, you're going to be losing money. Vanilla is one of the most expensive ingredients in the bake shop. Whenever something is grown near the equator, you have issues that are affected by politics, the weather, global warming, and changing attitudes toward farming. So you have coffee, chocolate, vanilla. So you have an orchid, a vanilla plant that flowers once a year. It's indigenous to Mexico. The bee that pollinated the vanilla bean orchid, the flower, in order for it to make a vanilla bean pod, went extinct. So now they are hand pollinated. If there's a storm, if people miss the opportunity, can't get that flower pollinated because it's going to take 7 to 9 months for that vanilla bean pod to grow to full maturity, then they miss the opportunity. You have farmers who have really good practices, who are paid well, who have really good products, really good supply. And then you have farmers who cheat, cut corners. You're buying all these products that have been cured and processed, and they're showing up on your shelf at the store. So when I was questioned about the 6th Street chocolate chip cookie, I said, let's take a look at the cost. And this is a graph that includes vanilla. This is a $50 20-quart chocolate chip cookie mix. That's what it costs at wholesale. A big buyer with the best pricing. That charcoal gray is 53% of the cost, and that's the vanilla bean. That's the vanilla extract. 53% of the cost, $26.65. When you look at your costing, the numbers don't lie. You can't tell yourself it's a little bit of vanilla, measure with love, because this is the margin that means that you will not be successful if you're running a business. And when you use real vanilla, you get over 300 flavor compounds compared to fake vanilla or imitation vanilla, which is one note. And it's made out of wood pulp. I don't even know how they do it. This is 32 ounces. If you bought this retail, it's between $100 and $150 depending on where you buy it. Wholesale, $65 to $75. A gram is 10 cents. A teaspoon is 60 cents. A tablespoon is $1.50. So when you look at a cookie and you say to yourself, does it need vanilla? It's too much money. If all the other flavors are more forward than the vanilla. When the butter is overpowering the vanilla, the chocolate's overpowering it. So there's your evidence. People challenged me to taste test this compared to Trader Joe's vanilla bean paste. I had never tasted straight vanilla bean paste or extract, but I did. And when I tried the Trader Joe's, they all had off flavor, weird textures, viscosity of the beans left behind, all liquid and no vanilla beans. And this tastes good. Pure, clean vanilla flavor. Wonderful. It's night and day. If you're running a business, if you're concerned about money and spending and your grocery bill, you need to look at 3 things. Spend the money if you're going to name the vanilla and its flavor forward. The second rule is to try to buy more than you think you can afford. Buy in volume, you're going to get a better price. So the final rule, you need to do the math, map out food costs. If you don't know what your buttercream, cakes, your cookies are costing you, then to say anything like measure with your heart, more is better, it's the one thing I don't measure, it should be the first thing that you measure. And think about every single time you just pour this into a recipe, how much is that costing you? You're going to go buy cheaper vanilla and sacrifice the flavor so that you can have more. This graph is striking. The next most expensive ingredient, the yellow is butter and the burgundy red is chocolate. The dark gray is vanilla. Numbers don't lie. I'm not a huge numbers person, but I have learned if you want to make money, you better be concerned about every penny. And in this case, 1 gram is 10 cents. If I add 4 grams to a cookie, that's 40 cents. How much do your cookies cost? Do you really know? And are you making decisions that you should be thinking through a little bit more? I just can't say enough that if you don't know what your costs are, you are never going to make money. You aren't going to last. You're going to burn out.